It's the most wonderful experiences I've had teaching. And the most memorable have been the trips. And I love it. I love every second of it.
Putting their men out in the field of battle, right? They put a blue star in their front window. And if that sad message came and that man had died, they would switch to a gold star. The gold star mothers is what this story is all about the American men and women that lost their lives in the Second World War. There are 4,000 stars on that wall.
Of course, we're going to give you what we call the Untouchable Tours of Chicago.
The more educational opportunities that a student has, the more their world opens up.
Imagine awakening that sense of wonder and excitement in your students.
It's pretty interesting. I love this. It's a great experience.
Instead of in your head, you can actually see it. Better than just reading about it and trying to get a picture in your head.
Imagine creating bonds and memories with your students that will last a lifetime.
My first educational travel experience was, of course, when I was in the 8th grade myself, and it was a blast.
I think it benefits every student. It opens every student's eyes.
And you know, I get back and they are so much better in the classroom.
More than 27 years of experience, over 500,000 students, and an unsurpassed reputation for quality, consistency, security, and value. Welcome to American Destinations.
American Destinations, they do it right.
Traveling, especially with American Destinations, is just great because I never worry. Nothing has ever gone wrong, and I've taken thousands of kids on trips.
It's always very organized.
They just do a wonderful job of setting everything up.
When I turn it over to American Destinations, I know we are going to have a quality experience in a cost-efficient way, and that things are going to be smooth and handled and comfortable and exciting.
At American Destinations, we believe that travel fosters the kind of lifelong learning that is essential to an individual's understanding of the world and its people.
The opportunity for students to travel is very important in their educational development.
It's always good for students to go and experience another place.
These trips are so much more beneficial than actually sitting in the classroom.
I think it's good for the students to see the teachers in a different light and for the teachers to have an opportunity to show the student that learning is much more than just from a textbook.
It gives them a cultural experience and diversification and exposure to other things that they certainly don't get exposure to in the UP of Michigan.
And it's just been a wonderful trip. It's been fun, but also a fantastic learning experience for all of us.
And it was a real educational experience for me. The things that I got to see, the memorials.
On these trips, there is such a great bonding that takes place.
There is a relationship that develops outside of the classroom. They open up to you and they look up to you and, you know, you become friends.
You are the cool teacher. You're the guy that takes them places and does things with them outside of school, when that means a lot to kids. You actually become more of a person to them instead of their teacher.
And so when you come back, there's a different atmosphere in the classroom.
We've seen a change in teachers' excitement about teaching. Maybe he or she was not as enthused about getting up and going to school every day. But after having been on tour and sort of getting revived and more exciting about teaching, it truly shows in their teaching ability.
I learned on these tours that it's very important to be with a group of people such as Upward Bound and American Destinations that have it together, that it's in sync to make the educational experience fun and also able to inspire children, and not even children, youth that wanted to go to college.
If they're afraid to leave their hometown of 500 people, how are they ready to head off to college?
The thing that I enjoy most about taking these trips is looking at the students and how much they enjoy it, and also know that I'm providing them with the opportunity to travel to some place that otherwise they would have never been able to go to.
Educational tourism, it's not a field trip, it's not fun in the sun, although these kids have a ball and we have fun with them too, and we expect them to have fun, you know, but it's more than that. It's meant to learn, experience.
As a teacher in the classroom, when I first mentioned to students the fact that I might do a trip somewhere, maybe let's go to Williamsburg, maybe let's go to New York City, it was amazing how they paid more attention to me, how their reaction to me was more positive, our relationship was better, and if you have a good relationship with your students, you know, learning comes a little easier.
No matter what subject you teach, or club you sponsor, or program you direct, American Destinations will design a custom itinerary designed specifically to meet your educational needs and budget, handling all of the details every step of the way.
Everything was laid out for me before we left. My parents knew, my kids knew. We had itineraries, we had a routine, we had chaperones assigned. Somebody was always there with us in the bus, on the bus. There's always a tour guide.
The thing that made it very different for me in regard to American Destinations professionalism is their sense of connecting with their clients.
They're very easy to work with, and the staff is friendly, and we know most of them by first name basis, and when we call up, it's like calling a friend, you know.
I think the benefit is their experience, their contacts.
Very well planned. It's go, go, go. It's nonstop.
It's all planned out. We just need to go with the tour guides. And the guide that we have is wonderful. She's very knowledgeable. She's a lot of fun.
We're going to have a fun week. Y'all are very blessed because you have such a wonderful itinerary. Lots and lots of great things to see.
And she's just gotten us from point A to point B with no hassles at all.
It's been wonderful having the brunt of all that running work done so that we could focus on the students and enjoying the trip.
The bus is great, the bus driver is wonderful, the accommodations are very nice.
You don't have to find a parking place. They take you to your destination, they drop you off, you get back on. You don't have to worry about finding a place to eat. They have the eating, they have all that lined up for you in advance. It's a real good value.
American Destinations, bar none, is the very best company that I've ever worked with, and that's why I have been a customer of theirs for the last 15 years.
We're the professionals. We've done this for 27 years. We've taken tens of thousands of students, and we've done it very well.
Our experienced and professional staff will create customized yet flexible itineraries, a complete insurance and liability package, and private nighttime security, making your group tour a very safe, successful, economical, and enjoyable one.
This tour organization does a great job with security.
American Destinations, when we plan a trip, we look at it really as a role of a parent.
We'll take care of your child just like I'd take care of mine and would want somebody to take care of mine.
You know, I have never, ever felt the least bit unsafe. I mean, we are only where there's heightened security, there's plenty of chaperones around. Security in the hotel is marvelous.
Hi, Michael. My name's Elizabeth, and I'd like to ask you, please, if you would wear this security badge. Everyone that works for American Destinations, we ask for them to wear that.
You should not be concerned about the safety of your students. Our utmost concern is for their safety. We utilize private nighttime security. Licensed security officers are on duty in the hallway that are assigned to your group and your group alone, and we take every measure humanly possible to ensure their safety.
They put tape on all the doors, even the adults' doors. Guess they don't want us running out either.
Nothing can replace classroom instruction, but as educators, you have the opportunity to expand your classroom and provide a hands-on learning environment for you and your students through educational student travel.
The value is immeasurable. I mean, you just can't get this that we're getting out of a book.
What is gained in that hands-on experience, those lessons that last a lifetime, can't compare to what they might miss in a couple of other classes in the regular classroom.
Don't get hung up on the time missed in the classroom.
This experience is going to last for a lifetime, and it will be worth more than a history lesson or a math lesson or an English lesson on its own.
In 2 days, I think that we cover a lot of history that we couldn't cover in a lifetime, much less in a year's time of education.
The Holocaust Museum is great because I'm getting ready to do a research paper with my students, and the topic is World War II and the Holocaust. So it whets their appetite. What they see, they're going to then, when they start doing that research, and they're going to remember those pictures and remember some of those letters that they read over there. And I think it'll be more meaningful to them.
It's not just history teachers that travel. We have science teachers, English teachers, math teachers that plan a trip and incorporate some concepts of travel. You can go to an amusement park and do an entire math class. And there's even curriculums designed for that. You have drama teachers that want to take their kids to experience what they've talked about. You have music teachers who, the choir teacher, you're teaching the music. Now let's go see this being performed. Dance being performed. Musicians going and seeing an orchestra or a Broadway play with that orchestra. So it's every type of group that travels.
At American Destinations, we take great pride in our nationwide reputation for total group travel planning, high quality, affordable prices, unsurpassed value, outstanding service, and customer satisfaction. It is our focus and our mission.
They provide you with everything you need to make sure that you have a fun trip, an educational trip, and most importantly, a safe trip.
Yes, it does cost, but most parents, especially this day and time, are willing to pay for their children to do something, and it's a wise way to spend their money.
They give the kids enough money for food, so once they've paid for that trip, they really don't have to bring another cent with them unless they want to buy souvenirs.
The money you pay for what you get is well worth it.
I think it's a great deal.
If American Destinations wasn't very good at what we do, we would not have groups traveling with us year after year after year. And I'm talking 5, 10, 15, 20 plus years.
Ideally, the first intersection moving away from the Capitol, and you got the northwest quadrant, southwest quadrant, northeast quadrant, southwest quadrant. This is the northwest quadrant, the Capitol building, and then these streets will be the spokes of the wheel. You get the idea? So that's how Washington is laid out geographically.
It's an experience that they will never forget. I said they'll remember things about this trip 40 years from now. They'll still be talking about this trip.
It's one of the things that I remember most from middle school.
It's just a wonderful opportunity, and I would highly recommend it to any educator anywhere in the United States.
I've had kids come back and say, I want to be a teacher just like you. And I'll look at them and say, but I never had you in class. They said, yes, but you take us places. You taught us things. You showed us new experiences. And it's really exciting like that.
To sum up what makes American Destinations different, I would have to say it's our dedication to doing what's right. Every trip is important to us. Really, I feel like I've been teaching. I just don't use a blackboard anymore. And I don't have to remind kids to listen or pay attention or wake up because they're totally focused on exactly what we're doing. So it's an incredible way to teach.
American Destinations, more than 27 years of experience, over 500,000 students, total group travel planning, affordable prices, unsurpassed value. Contact the person who gave you this program and find out what kind of educational experience we can create for you.